Hi there, my name is Dominique Di Benedetto. I'm from South Florida and I am the current owner of Aura Hair Co. in Boynton Beach, Florida. I've been in the industry for almost 15 years now. I have done everything from weddings, being behind the chair, an independent educator. I specialize in anything and everything. In my time behind the chair, I have given myself chances to get my hands into everything to find out finally what I specialize in. Now into my 30s, I have built a successful team that is thriving, a small boutique salon that is on track to hit $1 million, and I have a six-figure book. But I'm really, really, really excited about this video. There are so many reasons why I want to be a part of this company as a whole. Redken, from the beginning of my career, was a staple. I went to a Redken school, and we learned on Redken. I then fell in love very early with the culture. Over the years, the culture has still been so prominent and consistent. With me, consistency is so key in anything that I do, and I feel like I align with this company. I love helping people. To be completely honest, being behind the chair is amazing. It has let me meet so many people, have so many opportunities. I love making clients feel good, but there comes a time when things start to change. It's hard for me to admit that being behind the chair doesn't light me up like it used to. When I started building my team, I started to realize that's what lights me up. I love seeing people have their aha moments. I love writing checks for them that is going to pay their mortgage in 1 week. I love giving them tools to build bigger revenue, to make more money at young ages. All of the tools are out there, and I feel now more than ever that if people have the right guidance and the right leadership, then there's no ceiling on anything. Being an independent educator has taught me a lot, but I have a lot more to learn. I need to be more polished, but with all the people and all the connections that I've had throughout the past 15 years, I would have to say anyone that I have met from Redken has left a staple. Funny enough, about 10 years, 11 years ago, I was with a Redken Summit salon. And although the salon that I was with didn't really follow through with everything, it was the first time I was introduced to the Summit system, or that there was a system. And I appreciated that so much because it changed the game for me financially. It made me look at tips as income. It made me really understand that this business, there is no cap on income. And I want to show people that. I want to explain that to them by giving them tools behind the chair to build bigger tickets, to build bigger revenue, to understand financial wellness behind the chair, what it can bring. That's what I want to show people now. That's what I want to be known for now. I love my team, and I've built something that they can now manage with me maybe being there not as much, but this is something that I feel like I need to do now. I'll always love doing hair. I'll always love being behind the chair. But this is a calling. This is something that I have a passion for. This is something that I want to follow through. I want to challenge myself. I just think that's where I need to be now. I just love the fact that there's always something changing in Redken. I love that the technology, the science, the constant change, the constant pivot, the way that the brand constantly evolves, and that's what I want to do. You inspire, and I want to inspire. You educate, I want to educate. So, and I want to evolve as a human. I want to learn how to be a better educator. and the training that you guys give is bar none the best. Whether anyone uses Redken or not, if they've gone to a Redken class, they've benefited from it, whether they realize it, they've used the tools, they've retained something that is of value. And for me, value and time is so important. Especially now with what has happened in our world, I feel like our industry is changing at such a fast rate that people on the forefront need to be ahead of the game, and I know that I am one of those people. And I know that there's so much more to this than just, putting foils in the hair. There's connections, there's being relatable, teaching people how to gain loyalty, how to use the social media, and how to connect them all together in this one big puzzle. Our industry is so faceted with so many beautiful, amazing things that anybody really can succeed if they try and if they're given, again, the proper leadership. So I appreciate you watching my technical video. I put a lot into it because I love it. And I appreciate you watching this, and I really, really thank you for considering for me for this artist position. I can't wait to see where this goes, and I feel like this is where I need to be. So thank you so much, and enjoy. Today we are going to be doing my model here, and we are going to showcase an amazing technique that I use behind my chair every day using all Redken products. We are going to be doing a base color, a foliage, and a gloss that's going to do 3 things. It's going to deliver maximum impact, save time, and increase your ticket. So first, we pre-treated with Pre-Art at the bowl to remove any existing hard metals buildup on the hair before we colored. We came back and power dried, so she's ready to be colored. So the first thing we're going to focus on is her gray area. She's really, really gray in the front, so we're gonna start there. Today we mixed up a 4NN color lacquer, and we also mixed a 4NG equal parts with 20 volume. We're gonna apply that first, and we're gonna apply that around the hairline. And we're going to let that process for 30 minutes. As that's processing, we will be going back in and doing the foliage application to make sure that everything is done all at the same time in a timely manner. I'm really making sure that I focus on her hairline to cover all the gray. Is split the hair completely down the middle, and I start from the top because that is where most of the gray in her hair resides. And then I'm going to start on my front quadrant and take 1/4 inch sections and split very clean and apply the color to her roots. What this is going to do, it's going to deepen her base 1 shade so that we get a really, really nice transition color. We're going to keep her palette really warm but really soft at the same time because we don't want something that's going to be high maintenance. We want something that's just going to enhance her already existing beautiful brunette. The one thing that I really, really love about using gels is that the application goes so smooth and so quick, and you're really able to use minimal color for maximum coverage. The real secret here is the placement of the foil. We're going to strategically place foils to give us maximum amount of impact. So we are able to do less foiling and more impact. So what I'm gonna do is really, really start heavy around the face. So my section is going to start here, and I'm gonna go in with a complete diagonal section because I'm gonna foil big weaves there. And what that will do is when the hair lays down, we're gonna see that diagonal section live in the hair. And we're gonna see slants of the lightener go through where it will look like a balayage effect, but we're gonna be able to do it in half the time. Yeah. So here's my finished section look for the application that we're gonna do. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring impacts of lightener here, here, drop some depth, and we'll be able to really focus on lightness and dark together because they will play off of each other. So here is the sectioning, and everything mostly goes in on a diagonal. And we are going to use flash lift with 30 volume to achieve the maximum amount of brightness in the least amount of time. I'm going to take a diagonal back section and I'm going to take a heavy weave. I'm going to take my foil, I'm going to fold it, I'm going to put that foil tightly against her head, and I'm going to start painting from zone 2. I'm going to heavily saturate the section, and I'm just going to slightly zhuzh some of this lightener into the base color. Now that I have the foil completely secured, I'm going to actually now drag all the lightener down and heavily saturate the section. And the most important part of this is, for me, that I like to tell people, is that the elevation, the tension, and the saturation is key here. Front, it's almost gonna look like a softer version of a money piece. I don't want something too heavy because she doesn't want a lot of maintenance, and we don't want that to be the focal point, and she doesn't really want to have to come back to do that. So this is just going to be a way that the brunette tones just kind of cascade in front of her face, giving her brightness and taking away some of that darkness from her base. Again, starting in zone 2 and just kind of softening my brush up to zone 1. Flash Lift is an amazing lightener that does have a cool tone to it, so it's going to help balance out the tone, even though I am keeping her on the warmer side. She has a lot of density, so with that being said, my weaves are going to be nice and thick because I do want to see them when she wears her hair down, whether it's straight or curly. So you see some dimension, you see depth, you see lightness, but still keeping her overall look really rich. So here we are with the first section, and we only have 5 foils. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they are all strategically placed to bring in maximum impact so that when we take this down, we're going to get a lot of dimension here. As I'm getting up to the front, I'm making my sections a little finer because I don't want a chunky effect on the top. I want more of a soft, seamless break of colors. So I made a V section here, and what I'm gonna do is like the same thing we did in the front. I'm actually gonna go up the head on a diagonal and drop big sections of depth so that we see a lot of contrast up the back of the head, but we're not doing a full, we're just gonna start right at the back of the crown of the head. Here is a slice that we are taking, and you can see that you can actually see through it. So with being able to see through it, you're going to get enough saturation so all of it will lift nice and even. And I'm using the same technique. I'm starting at zone 2 with a lot of product loaded on my brush so that we get maximum saturation. Our goal here is to bring her about 2 to 2.5 shades lighter than the base. We used a 4, so I'd like to see the highlight at a nice warm level 6, maybe 7 in some spots. When we go over with our shades, we're really going to be able to pinpoint the tonal value later. I'm gonna drop this entire piece. It's a pretty thick piece, and we're gonna just, this is our depth. So we have light, and we have our depth here. And we're gonna take 2 more diagonal sections. 1, 2, and we'll clip away this. And here we're gonna go in with another decently sized slice. Loading my brush, starting in zone 2, and just painting up. My tension is really strong because I want to have control of the section. Here we are at our last section, and what we're going to do is we're going to split this subsection in half. We're going to drop that right into the middle, and here are our last 2 sections that we are going to end with foils, and this is going to give us our light on the top of the head, and we're going to actually just let that drop off. And these are small slices. So with only 12 foils, we were able to transform this normal color gray touch-up into a complete and utter color transformation. Again, just using 12 foils. So here we are ready to rinse, and as you can see, we have a lot of movement here on these strands, and we're gonna rinse, and we are going to use the Redken Acidic Bonding Treatment System. First, we're gonna start out with the shampoo and conditioner, and that is going to prepare us for the gloss, bring the hair down back to its normal pH, and restore all moisture that we've taken out from lighting. So as you can see, as we pull these foils out, we have a really strong, warm level 6, 7, which is gonna be great for the gloss that we're gonna go over because we are gonna be in the CB family. Tell me when.
Go.
So here we are back from the bowl, and we're ready to gloss. So as you can see, we have a lot of warm tones, which is great because what we're gonna use is gonna fill that right in and make a really amazing color. What we're mixing today is Redken Shadesy Hue, 6RB, Orange Kicker, and 6CB. So I'm going to actually put a global application of this gloss on, and it's gonna sit for 20 minutes.
Yeah, before you start.
So as I'm glossing her, or getting ready to gloss her, I'm gonna section the hair in 2 sections. Clip this out of my way. And I have this quadrant here. And you can take your clip, take 1/4 inch sections so you make sure that you're covering everything. And now I'm going to saturate. So here we are back from our rinse and our color is complete, and we are going to style her with Oil for All, which is a great weightless oil that can go in before the blow dry or after. And we are going to complete our acidic bonding treatment with number 3, which is going to hydrate, protect from damage since we did do some lightening, and it's going to moisture the hair and give us also a very, very, very smooth finish as well. This is the final finish, which is my favorite part where everything comes together. So we are actually going to layer a bunch of products to get the final look. So we are going to start first with some texturizing spray, and the reason why I love Triple Dry 15 is because it is not heavy, it gives a super, super light finish, but it gives the hair awesome tact. So what I'm going to start to do is I'm going to spray the entire head of hair with the product, and I love it because you can use a lot and it doesn't make the hair feel dirty, but it gives it the right amount of grit. So I'm going to take diagonal sections around the entire head. This is going to go really, really fast. At the end of your service, it is so important to educate your guests on what to take home to really, really reenact the look that you gave them in the salon. So today we are actually going to give her the Brown Light shampoo and conditioner. That's going to keep her brown vibrant and moisturized at the same time. We're going to give her an iron spray because she's going to probably be using a flat iron, curling iron, or any heat styling tool. This goes hand in hand. The Triple Dry 15 texturizer spray, that's going to give the hair the grit that we use to curl. Very, very easy to use at home. And lastly, we're going to send her home with some Oil for All to really finish her look and enhance shine.